Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So today we have a lovely big supply from Beebeecraft. Now I did a little bit of cheating this time. It's supposed to be an unboxing, but I was so excited about this one that I've already had a little play, and I'll show you what I have made in a minute. So this is more of a jewellery one. I've made a necklace and a bracelet, and it's so fun. It is fabulous. Now you know how much I love unboxing bits and pieces. So I'm going to just show you. I've got this lovely piece that I've felt down, so I'm hoping that the beads and things won't go flying everywhere. So the first thing I've got are these fabulous little cutters, and they are just beautiful, and they're really nice little fine tip cutters. Now I've got some wire as well. That's why I ordered these, because my cutters are a little bit too big and bulky, and these really are fine tips, so they get right in and cut your wire. So that's fabulous. And then this is the wire. I'll pop the bags over there. I'll pop on the screen the details of what they are and what they're called and everything, but I'll pop everything is listed under the video as well. But this is fab. So if you want to go on to the Beebeecraft website, everything will be on there. There's a link on there. You'll have a discount code you can pop in there as well. So do have a pop and have a look, because they've got fabulous stuff, loads and loads, and there's always a sale on. There's always lots of stuff in the sale, so you can pick up a real bargain. So this is beading wire. Now this is 24 gauge. You get 54 meters or 60 yards, and it is sort of like it's a 0.02 of an inch or half a millimeter. Or 0.5 millimeters, yeah, half a millimeter, and it is fabulous. Now I've not used beading wire before, and it is really, really lovely to use. I'm just going to pop this off. This has got 7 strands to it, and it's sort of like they sort of like wrap it round, they twist it round. So this is a really nice beading wire, and it's a really nice sort of like thickness as well. I found it quite nice to work with. And quite simple. So that is the beading wire, which is lovely. Now I've got some beads. Now I haven't used these ones, so I'm going to use these to make a bracelet in a moment. So these are electroplated Rondell beads, and look at the colour of those. They are just beautiful. They've got lots of gold in them, which is the electroplating, and they've got the lovely purple hue to them as well, which are just beautiful. I love them. These are 8mm. Yeah, these are 8mm Rondell beads. So they are beautiful. So they're lovely. And then I have some of these, which I was thinking of putting these together with the Rondell beads. Oh, excuse me. And these are Jasper. Now this is 8mm as well. This is natural Jasper, and look at those. They are really cold, so you know they're natural stones because they're cold, and they are just so earthy toned. I think they are beautiful. Now I wanted to sort of like mix some sort of like earthy colours with some sort of like nice shiny, and I think they would go absolutely perfect with those together. And these are lovely. So these are the 8mm, and you get a strand of those in there. So let's just pop those to the side. I'll go through the beads first. Now I got these are all the same beads. Now these are Amonite. I think I've said that properly. And these are beautiful. Now these are frosted Amonite, and these size are 8 by 5mm. Look at those, they're beautiful, and I think you get 3 strands of those, and this is what I've made a necklace with, so I'll show you in a minute. I've made the necklace with the 3 different beads here, and they are lovely. They are so natural. Well, obviously they're natural beads, but they are just beautiful, aren't they? I just wanted to go a little bit more natural with these ones, and look, I just think these just look fab. These are again some more frosted ones, and these are 6mm beads. That one is ones that I was using earlier, so that's the leftover ones of those. And I think you get 5 strands of these, and look at all those beautiful colours. Real lovely earthy colours, aren't they? They are just beautiful, and they just feel so nice. So that's the 6mm ones. And then I got some 8mm ones, and these aren't frosted. These are just, I think I got some loose ones in the bottom there. These are bigger ones, but these are shiny. And look at all those beautiful colours. They are lovely. Even that one looks a little bit like jade, doesn't it? But they're Amazonite, and they're just such a variety of colour in there. But they are beautiful. So if you wanted sort of like a bracelet with just sort of like the darker ones, you could pick all of those out. I will eventually, you know, take these out and sort of like pop them in different colour palettes, I think, because they are just beautiful. So that's the naturally ones, which are a little bit shiny, and these ones were frosted ones. So that's the lovely natural beads that I've got. And then I have got some spacer beads. Now these are a little bit bigger. The hole in these are a little bit bigger. Now I can't remember, these are just spacer beads, but I'll pop a link down below anyway. But the hole in the middle was a little bit bigger than I thought, but I have still used them. But they are just lovely, and you get a great big lot of those. I can't remember how many you get in there. Then what do we have in this one? These are some more different spacer beads. These are sort of like the Tibetan ones, and does it say a size? Doesn't say a size, but you get 50 of these. But they are really lovely. So they're good. And then I got some of these. These are beautiful. I love these. Now I don't need all these plastic bags. They are packaged very well. Now these are beautiful spacer beads, and these have got, does it say what size they are? Got 100 pieces in here, but it doesn't say what size they are. These are gorgeous because they've got little crystally bits on these, so they've got a little bit of bling. I did get these to go with these, but I didn't realise these had so much gold on them. And these are sort of silver, but these are beautiful because they're all really shiny. So, but I think a little bit of shiny with a bit of natural, I think looks really nice. So it's a real good sort of like mix and match, isn't it? But I just love them. So we looked at those. I have got 2 lots of different clasps that I ordered as well. Now these are like little hook clasps on these ones. So you get lots and lots in here. So you get a little sort of hook, and then you also get like a little loop. So this goes on one end and this goes on the other end. And you've got a great big bag of those as well, which are fabulous. And they're great. They're easy to put on. If you make a necklace, that's quite easy to put on, because there's no sort of like little catch on there. And then I got these, where these are, oh, if I can open them, these are like a T-bar one on here. Do you know what I mean? So you've got the little T-bar and the little loop, so that fits inside there. But I'll show you how that works in a minute. You've probably seen these all before anyway. So they're good. So you get 5 in there, set of 5 in there. And then I did, which I haven't used before, and these are crimp beads. Now, I like crimp beads. When I've seen videos, I've seen them, and it just seals the end of your wire really well, so nothing comes off. I'll show you how they work anyway. And there's 3 different sizes. There's little tiny ones, medium ones, and then there's some large ones. Now, I do believe that these would work on some like leather, I think. So I'm going to get some and I'll try that. So we've got the brassy colour ones, and we've got the lovely silver ones. And it comes with your beading, your little beading tool. And this has got like a little circle there, and then another one which has got like a little dent in there, and that sort of like squashes your beads, these crimp beads, to hold it tight. So fabulous. So that comes as one thing. So I got lots of lovely lovelies. And then the last thing that I got are these. And now these are crimp covers, which are fabulous. And they're like tiny little, I'll just show you, look. they're like little C's, but they're little, and what you do, you take your pliers like that and pop it over. They got little, sort of little hole in there, so you pop that over your crimp bead and squeeze it shut, and then you've got this pretty little, this is sort of like got a texture to it on there. I'll show you what they look like in a minute on what I've already made, but I just think it's fun. I've just had such fun this morning making these. So that's what I've got, and that's what we're going to be using today. So how exciting. And these are the two necklace and bracelet that I've made. Don't you think they're fab? I love them. Now this is the little bracelet. So this is the T-bar and the little loop there. So that just goes through like that and undoes on there. So then this is the little crimp bead cover on the end, and then we've got the beads on there. Look at that. And on the middle, that's the shiny ones. That's one of the shiny bigger ones on there. Just think they are so lovely and so simple to make. And what a beautiful gift this would be, wouldn't it, for somebody to make something for them for birthdays, for your nieces or your mom. Look at that, beautiful. And this one, look at that, just beautiful. That's the middle of it. So I've got the little round one, and then we've got the little spacer beads on there. And I just think they are just gorgeous. And this is the other clasp. So that just goes on to the end, and then this just pops off. So it's really simple to put on and take off like that. So fabulous. Love them. So I'll do a bit of a close-up at the end anyway. But how lovely is that? Now my bracelet I made is about I think it was like 6.5 inches, but I think it sort of like came to 7 with the little end bits. Shall I measure? So the actual bracelet bit, yeah, was 6.5, and it's about 7 inches with the clasps on there. And the way I measured it actually was just took a piece of paper and popped it around my wrist like that, because I don't like my bracelets too big on here. My Pandora bracelet is a bit too big for me. I think they stretch, but that's how I measured it, like that. So that is like 6.5, and then I just gave a little bit extra just in case. But I am loving them, and they look just beautiful. And I think that looks such a lovely colour with your, if you wear silver, I think it looks beautiful. So guys, shall we get on and make something? I don't normally make, I normally just do an unboxing to show you what we got, but I'm just so excited today to do this that I'm going to make something. So let's get our wire. Let's have a look. Shall we make just a little bracelet with these lovely Jasper and the Rondelle? So I'm going to take this, but I'm going to make it a little bit longer. I'm going to do sort of almost like a 10 inches because it gives me a little bit extra to work with. There's nothing worse than trying to put the little spacer beads or the little crimp beads at the end and you don't have enough to hold on to properly. So I'm going to just use that. So I'm not too worried about having leftovers. Now, what shall we use? Shall we use these as the end? So we need to pop these on first. So we will have one little hook and one little, what's it called? Little round one. Gosh, good, aren't I? So we'll have that as the closure. We're going to take a little crimp beads. Now I've been using the tiny ones because this is quite a thin wire. So I'm just going to take a couple of those out. Now I have got this lovely piece of felt down, just so I'm so clumsy that my beads go everywhere, and this sort of like helps it to the beads to stay in place anyway. So I'm going to take a piece of this lovely wire. I'm going to pop the little crimp bead on, which are quite small, on there. Shall I come in just a wee bit? There we go. Make sure I'm in shot. So that's your crimp bead. Then I'm going to take the little circle and I'm going to pop that on there as well, because we want to pop that into the loop. And then I'm going to take the end and I'm going to pop that through the crimp bead like that. Oops, if I can. This is why I like it to be a little bit longer. Pop that through the crimp bead. Can you see what I'm doing? Probably not, sorry. Let's hold that. Through there. Okay, so we're through that crimp bead. And then we've got the little loop at the end. I'm going to hold on to that crimp bead and just pull this end. Just so we've got like a little loop there. Can you see? And then what we want to do, don't worry about this little tail. Just going to hold that together. I'm going to take my little, what are they called? Little crimp pliers. I'm just going to squeeze that down like that, so I've flattened it. And then you can just go in there and then you can just flatten it. I'm not very good at this. The first time I did it, I actually broke it. I think I'm a bit too heavy-handed. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pull on that just to make sure I've got enough. Now I've left a little bit of room on there, but I think you can go a little bit closer than that, but I've left a little bit more room. Got to make sure that that's really, really quite tight. And if you've got a little messy crimp, that's what the little crimp covers are for. Okay, that's one end. Now leave that there and leave our little crimp bead. I'll probably end up losing that. There we are. Pop that on there. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take some of these. I'm just going to cut the end off here. And take my big scissors. I'm going to take some of these off, make sure they don't roll all over the place. Like that. Not quite sure how many we're going to need. Not too many, I don't think. These are just beautiful and they look so natural, don't they? Now these are on a bit of wire, I think. I think I'm going to have a bit of a mess with this one. These have got little sort of spacer beads in between as well. Let's take some of those off. Twiddle that around. Okay, so we'll have just the bigger ones. I won't use those spacer beads, oops. But I think these will look beautiful together. Now, I'm going to take, where's our little ones? Let's see what we need to pop in here. We've got some of these spacer beads. Spacer beads are just fabulous because obviously they come in all different shapes and sizes. I'm going to have some of the blingy ones as well. I can't help that. I just do like a little bit of bling. Let's see, do you think we want some of these? Not quite sure, but we shall see. Let's take them out anyway. There we go. Pop some of those on there. But yeah, I didn't realise, I didn't look properly to see if these were, how big the hole was, so that's my fault. Right, let's hope I'm in shot. So I'm actually going to, what should we have on the end? Should I just put one of these on the end? No, actually, I'm going to go for a natural one. So we'll pop one of the Jasper ones in there, like that. Pop that through like that, so that's right at the end. And then let's just see what these look like. Pop that on. Oh, look at that. I think they're going to look beautiful. I'm going to pop that on, and then I'm going to have one of these little spacer beads So do you know what I mean? It's completely up to you how you make it. Look at that. They're just gorgeous. I'll put one of these. Oops. Sorry, that's Jessie barking downstairs. Pop one of these on. So just alternate your beads. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do it like this actually. Pop that through. Now I'm going to take my little bracelet as a reference just to see how big I want to do this. I'm loving the natural with the lovely electroplated ones. They are beautiful. I think I might need a few more of these. Pop this on. I think it's easier if I go this way. You can see better. Oh, loving that. Look at that. Oh, that's beautiful, isn't it? Put one of these little Jaspers on. One of these little spacer beads. It's nice to have a little bit of bling in there, isn't it? Especially on these cold and wet days. There we go. Look at that. Not of these. Little spacer. So yeah, Beebeecraft, if you take a look, if you're not into the natural sort of stones, they have hundreds and thousands of different beads. It was such a hard choice trying to pick some, but I thought I'd go for the nice little like natural look. Oops, that was the wrong bead. For these ones, they are just beautiful. Well, except for the little shiny ones. Pop that one on. I think I need to get a few more of these little Rondelle ones. Pop that on. Little shiny one. Like that. What do you think? I think that's enough. Oh no, a couple more. Or might just have enough of these actually. Pop this on. And then this one. And then I want to end with one of these because that was what I started with. Oops. That's about right. Look at that. That's absolutely perfect, isn't it? I do like this one. Right, so what we're going to do now, we are going to pop that little spacer bead on. Oops, if I can find it. Tiny, tiny little spacer bead on there. Like that. I'm going to pop this on, which I'm going to pop through there. I'm going to take this and pop that through the spacer bead like that. And I'm actually going to put it through that first bead as well. Take my pliers. I'm going to just pull this one tight so it comes down through there. Let me do it this way. Like that. We need to pull this down like that. Can you see? So you don't want it too tight so it doesn't move. You need a little bit of sort of like flexibility in there. But that's pretty good, isn't it? I think. That's enough. And you're going to need enough room to put your little crimp cover on there as well. So I need my little crimping tool. So we're going to squeeze our little crimp down like that. And then hopefully that will squeeze in. And then this is what these little ones are for. They go right in there and clip that off. But be careful you don't chop your other one off. Oops, if I can do that. There we go. Perfect. And there we go. How simple was that, guys? That was fab, wasn't it? Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my these little crimp covers. I hope I'm not too close or I wasn't out of shot then. So we want 2 of these. Pop those back in there like that. Now I'm going to pop that in my little pliers like that. Can you see? And then I'm going to take this, and where I've got my little crimp bead, I'm going to slot it through, because we've got that little hole. Oops, am I in view? There we go. And I'm going to squeeze it just so it covers up. Now we want to make sure we sort of like squeeze that together, just like a little sort of drum ring, so they're squeezed together, and that looks like a little bead on the end, doesn't it? And it just covers up your crimp bead. Really, really lovely. So we'll pop that on the other end as well. I would have probably made this little loop just a little bit smaller. I've made it a little bit too big, too long, but that's okay. Oops. Flick me little crimp cover. Just hold that on there like that. Pull that down. So you've got to make sure you've got enough room to cover your crimp bead on there. Just like that. Oopsie daisy. Not doing a very good job on this one. Should have made that little loop just a little bit smaller. But it's all a learning curve, isn't it? So there we go, guys. That is a beautiful, beautiful bracelet. Now I did find that I needed to just open these up just a little bit because they were quite tight. Oops. Take the, oh gosh, if I can, take the end in. Let me just open it up just a little bit more. You see, just want to go on. Come on you go. There we go. Perfect. Look at that. Don't you think that's just beautiful? I think that is so, so lovely. I think I'm going to have to make a little necklace to match that one. And then the little T-bar one just goes on like that. So that's the two different closures that we've got. And I just think they are both just beautiful. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to link everything down below, what we've got, and I will be doing other videos making some bits and pieces. I would like to make a sort of like pair of earrings as well, and I just think these make such fabulous, fabulous gifts. So we've got all these beautiful, well, let me just come out a little bit, there we go. So we've got these fabulous Amonite beads, we've got the frosted ones and just the nice smooth ones. I've got these beautiful Jasper, these are all natural stones. We have these lovely electroplated Rondell beads. We have lots of spacer beads. We have the crimp beads, which the crimp beads come with your pliers on there, which is, that comes in a set, which is perfect, isn't it? Because you need the, well, you don't necessarily need the pliers. You can do it with just your flat nose pliers as well. We've got spacer beads, we've got the little clasp, we've got the little crimp bead covers, and the little ones like this, which are the little T-bar ones, and these are the spacer beads, but we love them all. So there we go, guys. Oh, and the wire, which is fab, which is the 24 gauge wire, which is it's a nice thin one. So if you've got little diddy beads, this is a perfect. So fantastic. So there we go, guys. That's that one, and that was the necklace that I made earlier, but they are just beautiful. So thank you so much for joining me. Everything will be listed down below. Please do pop over and have a look at Beebeecraft's products because they are fab, and you always get a bargain. All the details will be left under the video. So have a fantastic rest of the day. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. All right, guys, bye-bye.